Too low, too high. And that we'll have to do, I guess. All right, Eaglet's been flying a lot today. And it's been flying with Mama, Papa, the three together, which to me, from past observation for the last 10 years, means that Eaglet is ready to leave anytime, whenever, today, tomorrow, a few days. But Mama and Papa were together flying with it a couple of hours ago, like 3 times. So I'm guessing that the eagle's way of saying goodbye, if there is such a thing, but considering Mama spent the last 5 months with it, but they were flying high, diving, hovering, navigating with the wind, but both Mama and Papa were with it on and off quite a few times. When I saw it 3 times. So I'm guessing if Papa is back, it's already. Hi, Sir Bruce. I'm guessing Eaglet is ready to migrate to a different state, wherever it will go. So it would be fair to assume every time we see it could be the last time we see it. I hope the picture is clear. But this was very striking today, the amount of time the 2 adults spent with it, flying. And they were trying to get it to fly above the fields and higher in altitude. So I mean, I'm not an expert. I just know what I've observed for the last 10 years. But usually that's a sign that one morning Eaglet won't be here anymore and will have started its journey. And they might come back this evening. I had to wait for the sun to go on the other side because it was so hot. And as you can see, it's still windy. Yeah, windy. Hi, Falcon. Last year, the 2 eaglets left around that time or just before. They left a few days before that hurricane in North Carolina. They left a week before and they were back within a day or 2 of that hurricane. So I don't know if they flew like south and met some bad weather, but they came back for a week. And Mama and Papa greeted them and then they left again. And Squirrel is here eating. Hello, Nereda's Rosario. I'm sorry if you think the video is horrible. I'm not a professional and I am filming a mile away with a phone on a private property. But I'm sure there are many channels out there with nice AI editing. I went to translate that comment and I got it right. I am impressed. And I am sorry, Nerida Rosarios, that you feel this video is horrible. I am convinced that if you browse on YouTube, you can find many channels with professional wildlife photographers and filmmakers who can satisfy you and who will have edited the videos, or even non-professional like me, who will create an AI video about eaglets. So you have a great day, blessings, and just in case you don't understand English, I could put it in Spanish for you too.
Lamento que sientas que el vídeo es horrible. Muchos canales se editan con IA. Estoy seguro de que no tendrás problemas para encontrar un canal mejor. Buena suerte para ti. Bendiciones. Que tengas un gran día.
Here you go. And it was just what I said in English. You have an awesome day. Hi, Curtis. We like positivity on that channel. I'm glad you think so, Curtis. Nereda Rosario felt it was a horrible video. And I am sorry. I'm just filming with a phone a mile away. And I'm no professional photographer, I just share what I see, my passion. But I'm sure explore.org has got a beautiful video of eaglets, as they've got professional cameras in the nest. This rock face is 800 feet up and cannot be climbed, as per geologist findings. And it's in a canyon where reception is bad on some days' internet. But nevertheless, have a great day. And keep on shining. So Eaglet has been flying a lot with Mama and Papa today. So I'm guessing in the next few days it might be gone. Starting its new life, its new journey. And I just thought we should get another glimpse of it while we can. Oh, is it going to go? It was born on April 18th. It fledged on July 4th. And we watch its progress since it fledged with flying. Yesterday it had a goose. Oh, hello, Fatso. And Fatso squirrel just showed up for walnuts, which I have in my pocket. So just a moment. Hi, Pickle. Do you want some nuts? Okay, back off, back off. Don't be so aggressive. Fatso squirrel is pregnant, so she's eating a lot more right now. And I'm going to do a short with my other phone. And under the trees earlier, we had the two fawns. They were not with the mama, they were with a substitute doe. We had a mountain lion 2 days ago on the property, and it shows that there were a chase between a deer and a mountain lion. I haven't seen the colored doe, which is the mama of the fawns, in a few days, so hopefully she diverted mountain lion and made it. Time will tell. It's a cycle of wildlife. I'm hoping it stays here for a while, because it's always so difficult to follow it when it flies. Well, it is for me. Eaglet will be 5 months old on September 18th. And grew up fast. And Fatso Squirrel is right by me, eating a walnuts and watching me, thinking, what is she doing? And I'm sorry, it's moving, wind. And I hope that you all are having a great Labor Day weekend, if it's applicable to you. And maybe we will be lucky as we were yesterday and see it getting something to eat. It flew quite a bit with Mama and Papa, and then it took a nap in the big cave. And the wind is picking up, so I'm guessing it's going to be flying, as it loves flying in the wind. And hopefully it won't fly right now, because I've got to get more nuts for Fatso Squirrel. She cleaned those up so fast. Ooh, came right in front of the camera. Ah. Hi outdoors with Big Matt. Hope you're having a good Labor Day weekend. I hope that the picture is not too blurry. The signal is not great today. Mostly just rain. Oops, is it going to fly? Oh, look at those wings. Oh, well, this is our first day in 10 days with no rain. Yesterday, sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to do a zoom in. Yesterday, we had 1 inch of rain in less than 15 minutes. I think it was 12 minutes. Hail and then downpouring rain. And we've had rain for almost 2 weeks every day, quite heavily, which made filming difficult. Because the signal, not only was the weather bad, but the signal was really bad. And Eaglet is almost ready to leave and migrate, so I'm trying to catch as much of it as I can while we can, as once it's gone, we'll have to wait next spring for the next batch of golden eaglets, assuming we've got eggs and hatching. But this autumn, winter, all depends when the eggs hatched. And if they hatched, the bald eagles, which aren't far from here, on a different property, will actually come here to hunt with their fledgling. So we'll be able to watch bald eagles on the eaglets, assuming they had eaglets. They didn't last year. So fingers crossed. A lot of tourists in the canyon from the city, loud engines. I was hoping that Mama and Papa would come back this afternoon and maybe perch by it so we get like a family picture. I've tried to film them when they were flying earlier with my phone without the scope. And yeah, they're so tiny if I don't use the scope. Oops, I was working and I'm almost, okay. I'm guessing it's going to fly off. So I'm going to zoom out so we don't lose it. Takes too long to find it again. I'm not sure what it's doing. It knows how to take off. I zoom back some in. Hey Willie, desert hangout. Hello from Colorado. I'm going to zoom out in case it takes off. Let's see what it decides to do. It might just have repositioned itself. But for my regular viewers, you know how much I struggle to follow it in flight. I don't have a DSLR, just a phone hooked on a scope. This is just a hobby. I work on this private property and I film the wildlife and share it. Why can't I? Oh yeah, it's the zoom. But by no means, I am no professional photographer or filmmaker. I'm going to have to move it a bit. Sun disappeared. It made the screen much darker. I just thought I'd specify. Is the picture still okay? The sun disappeared and everything got so dark on my screen. Thank you. Looks like if it's going to take off and I lose it if I'm zoomed in. I mean, you can zoom in. On some devices, you can actually zoom in on the live stream. I didn't know that, but I'm not tech inclined. I'm more of nature inclined on food. I guess it's not going anywhere, is it? All right, we'll risk it. Maybe it will catch something as yesterday and we can see it eating. Yeah, I don't know why they do apps different, you know, from a phone to a tablet. It would make sense to make it the same across the board. But I'm not an app creator, so it's easy for me to say maybe there is a logical reason behind it. We've got some clouds moving in, wind picking up. Hopefully we don't get a storm. And I hope you're all having a good Labor Day weekend. I'm at work, as you can see, as this is where I work. It's not my property. Yet the clouds have moved in, blocked the sun. So now we have shade on where it's perched. Actually, the whole rock face now is under shade, which might feel better for Eaglet. And Eaglet loves to fly in the wind, so I'm assuming it will fly off soon. I would love it if it could catch a snake. That's what it did a week, almost 10 days ago. And I'm guessing it was its first catch. It flew around for half an hour with a snake in its talons, vocals full on, like, look at me, I caught a snake. Hopefully it doesn't fly off. I've got to do a text, work text. Is the picture still okay? I'm going to zoom back in. Hopefully it won't fly off. And the sun might come back out, so I'm not going to refocus for now. And I don't have my tablet to check on the quality. Oh, it's not too bad. We had worse. Hey, Kif Chief. We're watching Golden Eaglet. Thank you. The, the sun got blocked by the clouds, so it distorted a bit the picture because it was focused with sunlight. Yes, it is the eaglet. And it's ready to migrate anytime now. It's been flying a lot, and today it was flying with the mama and papa. And usually when that happens, a few days later, Eaglet leaves to start its new journey. It's looking like if it might take off. So I'm zooming out just in case. I mean, like a month ago, I looked for it for 2 hours. We had it on the cam. It flew off, I lost it, it blended with the rock. And it took me 2 hours to find it again. Found it 10 minutes before dark. So it's easier for me to follow it and zoom out. But often it will poop before to take off, from my observation. Oh yes, it has a good view on me. It's right in front of me. I'm a mile away. If you look at my community post, I actually climbed up from the other side and went on that rock. It was almost winter. And took some pictures looking like in the direction of where I film in a mile away. So you can actually see what Eaglet sees. I guess it was a false warning. But then again, I've been known to zoom in as it takes off. But as I said many times, I'm not a professional photographer. By no means. And all I've got is a phone and a scope. And I don't use editing tools. I don't have the time. And I'm not techie enough. I used to do it years ago, but no. What I see is what I bring you. Because then it's not real and authentic, is it? If I make it look bigger or shinier or... No, the parents aren't feeding it. Mom has been catching food for it, but I'm convinced yesterday it caught that goose on its own. And that's why I'm almost positive that it's ready to leave. And the adult eagles have just, well, Papa just reappeared today. He hasn't been around since July 2nd. And Mama has been doing flies in just to show she's here, I guess. Yesterday, during that big storm, she didn't come by it to ride the storm with it as she did the previous weeks. So I guess it's watching from a distance to make sure it's fending for itself. Today, the parents came and did some high flies with it, diving straight down, full speed, hovering, going back up, taking U-turns so fast. And Eaglet was trying to keep up. And then they really went high in the sky, and Eaglet didn't go as high. He gave up and came back on the rock. Hey, the Nut House, how are you? Great live stream last night. Oh, thank you, the Nut House. I don't have my tablet on me to copy your link. And if I do that from the streaming phone, I lose the stream. And everyone who is watching, you should check out the Nut House channel. It's a really cool channel. Good sense of humor. A lot of laughing, which is good medicine. Just what the doctor ordered. And a lot of truth. I like those little, what do you call it? Sketches. You know, narration that you all read. That's kind of fun. When it was last night. And we're just watching Eaglet at the Nut House. It's ready to leave anytime in the next few days to a week. It's almost ready. With my accent, nobody would understand what I'm reading or saying. Yes, it's an eaglet. Oh, Snooks is here. She could share your link if she doesn't mind. Happy Sunday, Snooks 22. I don't think your viewers would understand my accent. Well, maybe they would. But my accent seems to irritate a few people from experience. And maybe I'm too outspoken too. Well, that's good, you understand me. Thank you, Snooks. So that's why I'm no active mod on any channels, because I'm too outspoken, blunt. Not in a bad way, I just don't like fake. Like I was saying 20 minutes ago, I could edit my videos and make that eaglet look all shiny and sparkly and bigger. But then it wouldn't be authentic, it would be fake. And I don't like fake. Can't help it. Originally, I was born in France. I lived my first 20 whatever years there. And then I moved to England and I didn't speak English, so I taught myself English. I spoke German and Italian. And I forgot these because I haven't practiced them. And I was supposed to be in England for 6 months. I stayed 10 years. And then 25 years ago, I moved to America, Texas, for almost 3 years, and then came to Colorado. Yeah, at college, I took German, Latin, and then I realized I might need English, so I went to England as a restaurant manager, my former career, food and wine. Oh, thank you, Snooks. I used to speak German. I had to take Latin or Greek, so I took Latin. I used to speak Italian, French, and English. And now I speak French and English. I still understand Italian, and it seems I can read Spanish. Earlier, someone left a negative comment in Spanish. That it was a crappy video. And due to the Latin root, I picked up on it right away. It almost looked like French to me. So I learned English in England, and then I came to America, where I had to take an English test. And I kept saying, do you want it in English or in American? And then I naturalized myself 14 years ago. I've been here 25, and I naturalized myself 14 years ago. Well, the back of a car is a trunk here, and it's a boot in England. Trash is rubbish. And the fanny pack here is very rude in England. So, you know, I had to ask, which version? And I've been in Colorado for 23 years. But once I'm done with this job, I'm leaving Colorado. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm leaving Colorado. But I will finish my job for the owner. I've been here 11 years in the same job too. Talking of charging, just hang on, it might move a bit. I need to put my phone on charge. Hopefully I can do it without losing Eaglet. Whoa, that's a first. I guess we can zoom back in. Hopefully it won't fly off. Oh. Hello, Damasceno Fabio. Damasceno Fabio. Sorry if I butchered your name. Hey, Tim. And if you all wonder how high this rock face is, it's on private property, but I've placed photos. On my community post, I actually climbed it from the other side. The other side is climbable. And I stood right on that rock where it is at and took some photos looking in to where I am, filming from a mile away, but you'll see the whole valley. So it gives you an idea of what Eaglet sees. And I did it at shortly after the the snakes went dormant, because it's full of rattlesnakes up there and bull snakes, and I'm not my best around snakes, as we know. I can see a tiny baby snakes and I'll scream. I'm getting better. Snakes and mountain lions, I don't know. Mountain lion actually is even worse in fears than snake. I don't mind the black bear when it turns up. And I've been close to it, it doesn't mind me, it leaves me alone until it knows I'm here. And until it has no cubs. Raccoons, skunks, the skunks never sprayed me last year, I was close by them. They knew me. But mountain lions, they're sneaky. And the reason it's looking away, it's because it's taking the sun on its feathers. That's how they do the thermal, what do you call it? I don't know the proper term, the thermal regulation, the sun intake on the feather is what creates that thermal effect. So they soak up the sun a lot for that reason. Look at that, it almost had a nice hairdo, feathers up on the head. We've been lucky 2 days in a row to catch it still, perched and not moving. H. Sherbert, hope you're well. Our first day of nice weather in 10 days. But we needed the rain because we've got huge fires. I'm hoping we've got a few more days. It was warm today, mid-80s, which was hot, but better than 98. And the next few days should be dry before the rain resumes on Wednesday. Oh, they moved it away. Now it's on Saturday. Just clouds Tuesday to Friday. If they've got it right, of course. And let me look. I thought I heard some gate chains. I did. Eaglet is looking because the cattle owners are here checking on their cattle, and the cattle is running. I hope the picture is still okay. I thought it was going to move out, it didn't, so I'll zoom in a bit more. And move it this way a bit. There we go. I guess it must have already ate. The Shura peanut. And so big. Hard to believe it's 5 months old. Well, not quite. It had a goose yesterday. I don't know about a moose. Well, they do have some videos on YouTube of adult golden eagles pushing off goats off the cliff and then picking them up. Yes, a geese, yes. They eat fish, goose, geese, blue herons, pelicans, raccoons, squirrels, snakes. And it might even eat skunk. If one is out when they're... Yep. Predators. Predators. Is the picture still looking okay? No, I don't think they can eat mountain lions unless it's a puppy mountain lion, you know, a young one. But then I'm guessing the mama would be close by. Yesterday I was reading an article. Where was it? I think it was Wyoming. Some wolves killed a cub, a bear cub. And the mama bear hunted the wolves down over a few days and killed every wolf. Not the whole pack, but the wolves that were involved in the death of a cub, and did not eat the wolves. She just killed them. And they were saying that it was the first time they had observed such behavior in a mama bear after finding that the cub had been killed by some wolves, and they're now studying this behavior. It was an interesting article, but I guess, you know, don't go after a cub or a little baby mountain lion or an eaglet. I mean, this eaglet had a sibling, and 2 weeks after its birth, a snake crawled in the nest and ate the eaglet. And then it came back to eat this eaglet. And Mama Eagle came flying in and took that snake off the nest. She lifted it up. It was a long snake too, and ate it. And the reason I know it is because I was actually filming live. And we were all, what did she do? Is that a snake? And she pulled it out of the nest. So I guess don't upset a mama. Nothing like an upset mama, which is fair. But the article was interesting. I can't remember where I read it. I read it yesterday. But the researchers, biologists were saying it was a whole new behavior that they'd never witnessed with a bear, where it would go tracking for the responsible wolves. Hope that sun comes back because it really bothered my picture. Just let me check if my shade is on. No, my shade is not on. I could try to focus the scope, but it's going to move everything. Or I could actually move it. That might be better. Sometimes if I move it up or down, it changes the... Just bear with me, I'm not very good at it. Too high. Oops, too low. Well, we need its head, I guess. I can't loosen up that end too much. Oops. Oh. Otherwise, the wind moves it all over the place. I didn't really move anything. Is that better? I moved the focus on the scope a bit. I don't know, on my phone it looks very fuzzy, on my streaming phone. Someone please feel free to let me know. When I did the focusing, it was sunny, and now it's not. Yeah, it's fuzzy. Let's zoom out to see if it can refocus. The sun is coming back out slowly but surely. Let's see. If I could get it a bit higher. Ugh. Sorry, it's manual. I'm just going to zoom out. All right. Now, didn't do much difference. All right, hopefully it doesn't fly off. There is a... I've got to go to take care of a snake. Oh my God. Because that stuff is afraid of them even more than I am. I'll be back. Oh dear. All right, it was just a baby bull snake. Oh dear, dear. Put it in the bucket, took it to the next field, away from the main buildings. I think it was a bull snake. Hello, Pat Evans. Evans. Is there another eagle with it? Oh no, it's its shoulder. A place going to be crawling with snakes. We're going to do the last little cruising around before to go in hibernation. We have been blessed 2 days in a row where we've got it for quite a while in the same spot. Would be nice if it turned around for a while. More baby feathers flying off. And there you go. Eaglet feather just took off. All right, hopefully it doesn't fly off. Deer, large buck, is waiting on me. I'll be 10 minutes at most. I'm running like crazy thinking, is it moving? And it was the blue jay mimicking eaglet sound. I was with the large buck, and he was so close, he let me get such a nice close-up for a shot. Handsome boy. His GPS collar is really tight. The testosterone are kicking in, rut season. And the collar will be loose again in 1 month. It wasn't eaglet snooks. I thought it was eaglet, meaning it was moving. It was a blue jay. Blue jays mimic hawk and eaglet sounds. Blue jays will mimic hawks and eagles when they feel danger, when they actually see one, or when they want the food all for themselves. And I've got some sunflower seeds right here. And they will do a rapture call to chase off the other birds, and then they can have all the seeds for themselves. And still to date, I get caught. Oh yeah, blue jays are very interesting. They're loud. Like if you find, well, they have funerals. So what I saw, and I wish I would have had my phone, there was a dead blue jay. I don't know what happened to it. All I know is that it passed. It was on the ground. And you had all these blue jay around it, like in a circle. And they were all making so much noise. And they would fly away and then come back. And I actually researched it because I thought it was so strange. And that's when I learned that blue jays and magpies and ravens, they will have funerals where they gather. And then they fly off. Yes, they were grieving. Hi, Jack Thomas. They were close by earlier. They were all flying together. And I filmed it with my phone without the scope to get the three of them. And they were too fast for me to film it with a scope. But they were doing some pretty neat acrobatic. It's going to move. Poop. There you go. I had to zoom in on that. And it's going to fly off. Let me get ready for it. Oh, lost it. Okay, it's already at the other side. And it's going to fly off again. Hi, Seawolf. Yeah, and right now, because the sun is blocked by the clouds, we don't have as much of a good view. But its talons are huge. I'm wondering if it's got a snack behind there somewhere. I think it will take off again, so I'm not going to zoom in quite yet. I would love to see it catch a snake like it did last week. Problem when I zoom in and it takes off, I cannot follow it. Oops. Oops. Wait. Oh, it's up there. And everything is manual, so you'll have to bear with me. It's too high. And that should work. And it's losing a lot of its baby feathers. Molting, I think it's called. Thank you, Seawolf. If you go on the stream of yesterday, Eaglet stream, we had 70 minutes, 70 minutes of Eaglet eating a goose on close-up. Trying to too much? Nah. Hopefully the picture is not too fuzzy. You can see the heat waves coming off the rock. And I expect that it will migrate anytime this week, if lucky, maybe 2 weeks. Colorado, Seawolf. This is on a private property. The private property are managed for the owner. And that rock face is on his property, so is the nest. And I am a mile away by the buildings. So I'm filming a mile away with my phone on the scope. I have filmed them at the river, but the adult eagles will be on the large rocks, which you can really see from the riverbank. Eaglet has a tendency to go in the caves or by the caves, and you cannot see them well on the riverbank. So it's easier to be a mile away. Look at those talons. But I've got a playlist called Golden Eagles, and there are a lot of videos which I made by the river of like Mama and Papa mating and making this eaglet. And of them on the old nest last year. Flying in and out of the nest when they were incubating. They've got a new nest this year. which is not. It's more protected from the weather, but the view for us to see the eaglets is a bit more difficult when they're first born. And you've got, anyway, shorts, videos of the eaglets when they were first born. They look like little cotton balls. And I follow them every year from incubation to egg hatching to fledging to after fledging like now until they migrate. And the adults remain here, but the eaglets will leave. And that one is almost ready. And I do it every year from approximately February to September. That eaglet was born on April 18th during a snowstorm. And it fledged on July 4th. And it hasn't returned to the nest since then. It's around the nest, but it never went back on the nest. It was too hot for a start, 98 degrees weather. So it goes inside the deep caves for the shade. And the river is right at the bottom of that rock face. And the rock face is approximately 800 feet up. And I actually climbed it from the other side. And took some pictures, and I posted them on my community post page like 2 days ago, so you can actually see the entire property and valley like Eaglet sees it. Eaglet view. And it gives you an idea of how high it is with the river and the ponds. And thank you for watching, liking, subscribing. Greatly appreciated. Oh, great. Gmail breach alert. A news break. And because the sun is going down, the picture is getting fuzzier. I'm hoping it does more vocals. I answered the question, Tim, but thank you. And we had 10 days of heavy rain, so I think that delayed its departure too. Last year, the eaglets left mid or near the end of August. They left for a week, and it was the first time ever they came back. And that was when all these hurricanes were happening in Florida, North Carolina. So, oh, it's yawning. I'm wondering if it hit some bad weather when they left and came back to what they knew was safe, the nest. I remember the parents were a bit confused to see the babies, and so was I. And both had come back together, so they were flying together wherever they were going. Yeah, it's Tim, big Tim. And this past week, it has lost so many of its white feathers. We've seen them on the live stream yesterday. Fair size one just flying off. Eaglet will leave, the parents will remain. We'll see them on and off. They'll be back around January, February, building the nest, mating, incubating the eggs in March. And we're back on watch for 5 months. But in between, we will have the bald eagles coming back on the property. Right now, they know to not come on property or they get chased off by Mama Eagle because of the eaglet. But soon as eaglet leaves, the bald eagle should come back. And then I'm filming the bald eagles and the eaglets because they'll come to hunt here. And if it's during the winter, the river will be frozen, so they will be hunting and eating goose. And I'm going to try, assuming the weather is good, to film it as much as I can while it's still here in my breaks from work. Thank you, Tim. It's an eaglet, a golden eagle, a baby eagle. It was born on April 18th. It took its first flight on July 4th. And since then, it has been learning to fly, hunt, and it's ready to leave and start its new journey any day. And we've been following it since it was born, and it was tiny and white until it, well, we followed it in the nest being fed by Mama and Papa Eagle. Then watched it take its first flight on July 4th. And now we're following it as it learns to do all these different flying techniques like diving, hovering. A golden eagle. You have bald eagles, which have a white tail and white head when they're grown to maturity, and you've got the golden eagle. And it's called the golden eagle because when it flies in the sun, it has golden highlights on its feathers. And they live mostly on rocks. You're welcome, Gianna. And hello. So we're following it from birth until it leaves. It will leave for another state and start its own life, and the parents will remain here. And then we start it all over again next February, watching them mating, watching them incubating their eggs, then seeing tiny little white baby eagles. And we watch them growing and learning the ropes. And like yesterday, it got a geese, and was eating it. And we watched it eating for 70 minutes, plucking the feathers out. Da, da, da. And then we watched it taking a few flight over the rock. And that rock face is 800 feet up. And at the bottom of it is a river, and it's on a private property where I am now. And I am filming a mile away from the rock face. And I work on that private property. It's not mine. I'm just a worker here. And I film a lot of other wildlife, deer, mule deer, white-tailed squirrels. Some of them will take food from my hands, some of them will take it from my mouth on live streams. Raccoons, skunks, snakes. In the winter, we might get a glimpse of mountain lion, the coyotes and the pups. This is a squirrel getting peanuts right by my feet. That noise was a squirrel getting in the peanut box. Birds. If you look on my channel, I've got different playlists. Rescue of bats, dragonflies, butterflies landing on me. Whatever I see, I just share it. Hello, hey. Hello, 77 Damazio. I can't read the rest. Hello, Roger. Hopefully it won't fly off. I need water. I'm getting another bottle. And I just do a lot of lives. So if you turn on your notifications, that is the best way. Shorts, videos, and a lot of live when I can. I don't edit, I don't use filters and all that good stuff. First, I don't have the time. Second, I like to keep it natural and authentic. I don't need to make Eaglet look bigger than it is. It would be fake, I guess. So I just, whatever I film, I post it as is. Sometimes on my newer phone, I'll use a cinematic camera which blurs the back and focus on the phones. But that's as far as I go. It didn't rain today for the first time in 10 days. The ground dried off a bit and the deer was out early because they haven't been really coming around much due to the mud, the mountain lion, and it's mating season too, so they're busy fighting. But this afternoon at 3 p.m., the two phones, the large box, some does were already here. I did take some shots, but I was busy working too, so I've got to look if they're even worth keeping, because I'm not going to use any editing or whatever to make it look better. And half an hour ago, I ran because Buck was there looking at me from the other side of the fence, so I ran to it. And it actually posed for a beautiful shot on the zoom in. Yes, I'm naturalized American now, but yes, I'm French born. Grew up in France. And then I lived in England for 10 years, and then I moved to America 25 years ago and naturalized myself 14 years ago. Oui, ça s'entend. Oops. See, if I'm not zoomed out, I lose it. Let me look where it's flying. It's at the top. Going to try to catch up with it. It's fast. There you go. Oh, I think Mama brought him some food. He just snagged it from her. Look, he's got food. she just brought him some food. Yeah, he snagged it from her talons with his talons. What did she bring him? Yeah, it's talking, it's saying thank you. I hope it turns around for us to see. Oh no, he didn't get. Oh, he tried to catch maybe something, like a snake. Oh, that's Mama, I think. That is Mama. I don't know where Eaglet is. Because Eaglet has white legs. So Eaglet must still be on that rock. Oh, thank you, Shenkai. 2:36 a.m. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you are in Europe. 8 hours difference. What part of Europe are you from? That is Mama Eagle. So now you're looking at Mama. I'm pretty sure that's the mom because of the gold on the neck. And she dropped off some food for the baby. So we'll look at Mama quickly. And we'll have to try to find Eaglet. I thought Mama stayed on the rock and Eaglet flew off with food. No, she dropped off the food. You, the viewers, do you want to watch Mama or do you want me to try to find Eaglet with its food? You tell me what you would rather see. Feel free to speak up. I'm not moving the scope, it's the wind, it's picking up again. So this is Mama, she is huge. Papa is much smaller than she is. And she's got a lot more golds than Papa. That's how I recognize them when they're side to side. She's got a lot of gold on the back of her head, on the back of her wings. On Papa is much darker. On the gold will be on his, what do you call it, under wings. So when it flies, you can see all the gold. And Mama at one point had a big feather missing in her wings too. I think it was the left wing. And baby is eating now, he stopped his vocals. And he's not that far. He's a bit higher up on the left. And if there is a snake here, Mama will get it. I thought that was the baby, but look at her eyes. We can almost see her eyes. Well, you said either on Tim's side, Mom, so we don't often see Mom, so I'm going to leave it for a bit on Mom. And she's looking at something in that rock, so she might dig a snake out. Yeah, she does. She is huge. When I've been at the river, and she's on my playlist, this spring when I was actually at the river, I filmed on the edge of that big rock on a zoom in. And then I filmed Papa coming and mating. But I filmed her just standing there on that rock, and she's got beautiful colors, and she's huge. If you go in the Golden Eagle playlist, like 5 months ago, you'll find it. I think I called it the cloacal kiss, which is how it's called when they mate. Emergency vehicles in the canyon again. And Mama might be seeing all the squirrels on my patio because it's not as if they can't see. For the new viewers who just joined in, we're watching Mama Eagle. That is not the eaglet. Mama just dropped off some food and perched herself here. And we're not often watching her, so right now we're watching Mama Eagle. I wish she would turn to show you her talons. She's got huge talons. You're welcome. Glad you enjoyed it. Trying to see where I am at. Going to try to find Eaglet to see what Eaglet is doing. But first I need to see, because that rock face is big. Ooh. All right, by the big cave. On the green by the big cave. And there was somewhere here. There you go. Oops. It's eating. Yeah, it's eating behind the grass, so we can't see much. behind the brush. Wish we could see it, but see, I went too fast. I followed the wrong eagle, so we didn't see it. Taking the food from Mama. Hopefully she didn't fly out. Since he's behind the brush, we'll come back to Mama. Oops. Don't know why. I can center it all I want. My regular cam app, if I center it zoomed out and then zoom in, it's right in the center. Doesn't work like that on that app. All right. And I want to move this way. Baby eaglet is eating behind brush, so we can't see it except its tail. Mama eagle dropped off some food, and that's Mama eagle. Mama golden eagle. Hopefully she didn't fly off. Good. was that time of the day when I've got to give my cat a thyroid medication. Oh, Eaglet is being vocal again. Let's go to check on Eaglet. It might have moved. It sometimes moves with its food. Big cave green. Huh. No, still behind the brush. Wish it didn't eat behind brush. Too high. And this way. Because Eaglet is behind the brush, we're watching Mama Eagle. And this is a new pair of golden eagle. We had another pair and they lived on that huge nest. And the nest is 35 years old. But they were disrupted this spring by humans at the top, which were trespassing on private property. They were trying to get to the nest and that dude disrupted them one too many times, they left. But that new pair moved in and built a nest in 2 months. And then had eggs. And they were definitely, I think it was the first set of eggs, because they left the eaglets at 2 weeks old in the nest alone. The other pair would wait at least a month. They would take it a turn. One would always be in the nest for a full month. They left after 2 weeks or not even 2 weeks, because the youngest eaglet died at 2 weeks when the snake crawled in the nest and got it. And then it came back for this eaglet. And Mama was then guarding the nest from a rock and dived down when she saw Eaglet screaming and hopping around. And she caught the snake. And I know that because I was actually streaming live when it happened. And we all saw Mama Eagle pulling a long snake out of the nest. And then she had it for dinner. They built the nest at a very good location to be protected from the wind and weather. However, it is on a ledge. which is very bad for snakes. It would be nice if she opened her wings. Eagles have huge wings, so does on down that lives here. The bald eagles have often flown right above my head. One of them's been there for a while. And when everything is solid frozen, I actually have wool, fresh, organic trout, and I'll put a trout or two out. So now that eagle, every time it flies over, I'll say hi, and it will put its head down, do a Yui, and fly above my head. And I'm never zooming out fast enough to film it. But the wings are huge, and you can feel it as it flies right above you. It's pretty amazing. And bald eagle will wave with its tail too. It lets me right under the tree where it will perch. It knows me now. First few years it would fly away, but now it doesn't move. It just looks down at me and I'll be, hi, hi. And eventually it will move its tail side to side because I'm moving my hand side to side. And I think I filmed it, and I'm pretty sure it's on my winged wildlife playlist. And we make a huge pile of twigs, branches, twigs, that we keep year round so they can just fly over and pick them up. And all the dead trees are not cut down unless there's a safety hazard around a building. We leave them all up as per the owner's wishes, and they use it as perch. And we don't use spray so it doesn't go in the river or the ditch. It doesn't poison the fish and then the eagles or the owls or the hawks. The deer weed, the cattle cut the grass. And if I've got some annoying weeds on the driveway, I'll just use baking soda and vinegar. So far, they haven't had other eggs. So far, in the 11 years I have watched them, but that's a new pair and it's a young pair. I mean, the other pair was an old pair. They had an eaglet that was rescued 30 years ago. It fledged and it wasn't ready and injured its wings, so the rapture program picked it up. And it could not be rehabilitated, so they kept it as their ambassador eagle. And it passed away last winter at 30 years old. And the old nest was followed by biologists every year. And they told me it's over 35 years old. And usually only one pair will use the same nest. Like this new pair made their own nest, they didn't use the old made nest. And sometimes they have eaglets and raptures will, or ravens will get them. Like 1 year, I found 2 eaglets on the fence post, I guess, and it was early morning, so I guess a ran down, snatched them. They were tiny babies, like newborns. Or they fell off the nest and then they were picked up and placed on the post by a rapture. I don't know the whole story. All I know is that I found the eaglets. And when the snakes go dormant, I'll cross the river will be low. And the eaglet will be gone. But we don't work on that side of the property, we leave it all wild. For the bear, mountain lions, deer, eagles, and whatever else leaves across. So far, Roger, I've seen them having eggs once a year in March. I think if the eggs didn't hatch, they would try again, because that has been seen. on the Big Bear nest in California. Yeah, follows that nest, but those are bald eagles. Beautiful pair of bald eagles, Jackie and Shadow. And they've got a professional camera and night vision, but they're on a tree. You see how the picture gets better as soon as we've got a bit of sun? We've got a nice sunset on the other side, and it's reflecting all the light on the rock. I wish I could show you that. Let me zoom out. I don't want to lose a position. And Eaglet is making a lot of noise. He might be done with its food. So Mama is still bringing him some food, as we saw, in case he didn't catch anything. But she has reduced the drops. She used to do 4 drops a day. And I think she's doing only 1 a day, unless she does it before 5 in the morning. Because I'm up at 5 and I'm already looking at 5. Also, it's becoming more difficult because we have less light time now. I wish she would open her wings fully to show you her wingspan. And thank you for liking, subscribing. I really appreciate it. Given I'm just a regular Joe with a phone and no high-tech equipment, refusing to enhance my videos with filters on the eye. I just like authentic. She has some beautiful colors. I wonder how old she is, because I'm pretty sure that's the first eaglet. The dad wasn't around at all. The old pair, dad and mom, worked together, taking turns. That dad dropped off food for 2 weeks, was somewhat seen till July 2nd, not a lot, but seen. And then it totally disappeared. It reappeared for sure in the last few days. And that's why I'm thinking Eaglet is ready to leave. They've been flying all together. But the last pair, they were both involved. In that pair, only mom seemed to have done the work. She brought the food. She fed the babies. She guarded them. Yet dad was seen on live streams till the snake event, because he flew on the nest and mama came flying right behind him. She kicked him out of the nest and got the snake. And it's on live stream. I'm not making it up. I actually filmed it. I'm going to look up golden eagles can have eaglets at what age? So a golden eagle reach productive maturity and can first produce eaglets between the ages of 4 to 7 years old. This is the period when they develop adult plumage. Thought a few individuals may achieve this earlier. That's maybe why she still got some white feathers under there. Many juvenile eagles die before reaching adulthood, making it challenging to observe many successful breeding eagles. Well, I did watch the same pair for 10 years. 9 years, sorry, so that's my 10th year. Because I'll be 11 years here next month. Some individual eagles have been observed occupying nesting territories and successfully breeding at the age of 4 or 5. So there could be, mama and papa could be anywhere between 4 and 7, and it is definitely the first set of eaglets. They left the nest too early. Papa is not being very attentive. So we've got many years of observing. The others had been there for a long time, according to the biologist. And I don't Google everything. I learn more by just observing wildlife. Because like humans, you've always got the exception to the rules. I mean, I had someone here who was telling me that squirrels never had babies in the winter. And I kept saying, well, that's Not quite true, because I've seen the squirrels here having a litter every winter in January when it's minus 20. And it happens every year. Squirrels here have litters in January when we hit minus 20. She is a beautiful eagle, but she's still got some white feathers as well as the golden, so she may still have some eaglet feathers. I'm going to have to research that, but I would be better off asking the biologist. So it says immature golden eagles have distinct white patches under the wing, and a wide, wide bend in the tail, which is what eaglet has. I think I'm going to go back on Eaglet. He's doing a lot of sounds, even Mama's looking. Because we're not going to be able to see it pretty soon. With the light going. It was somewhere here in the brush. Here. Oops. It's still eating. Can't see feathers. It must be fish or snake. Oh wait, it's plucking out. Sometimes it will drag it a bit out and eat again. We can see its talons. Oh, its leg, because it's got white legs still. Sure would love it if it could move a bit backwards. I think we're seeing feathers, but not sure. It could be fur. I hope it's not my squirrel. Hi, Wanto. We're watching a golden eaglet eating. Mama got it some food. It's behind the brush with a wide bend on its tail. And Eaglet is going to migrate, leave pretty soon, so I'm trying to film it as much as I can while we can. As then we will have to wait next spring again for the new set of eaglets. And I follow them yearly from birth till they leave, and we watch them growing in the nest, being fed, taking their first flight. And we watch other animals, but right now we're watching eaglet. Okay, and let's go back to Mama. Cave, big cave. Hopefully she didn't fly off. No, she's still here. Oops. And as it's getting darker, the picture's going to get very fuzzy. And this is Mama Eagle for the new viewers. She's in a shady spot too, under the big caves. And thank you for watching, liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. She's watching something. The river is right at the bottom of this rock face, so she could be looking for rainbow trouts, lot of them in that river, and big ones too. I know it because I caught some. And you see when Like yesterday, we were watching it eating the goose. I guess Mama was still around, I just didn't see her. But I guess she's making sure no ravens comes to get the baby's food. I was hoping she would dig a snake out of that rock to entertain us. Beautiful half moon in the sky too. And I hope you are all having a good Labor Day weekend, assuming it's Labor Day weekend wherever you're watching from. And you are the viewers, so please let me know if you want me to go back on Eaglet. I'm just trying to give you what you want, but I'm not a mind reader. You need to let me know. I don't mind moving the scope, I just need to know what you want to see. Also, Eaglet is behind brush, as you saw. Are you happy to watch Mama Eagle, or do you want me to go back on the Eaglet while we've still got a bit of daylight? Feel free to let me know. One for Eaglet, two for stay right here. You let me know, one or two. One go on Eaglet, two stay where I am now. Oh, she left. Sorry about that. Oh, look who came down. Well, I guess you can see Eaglet. Mama left. And Eaglet came down. Awesome. And I guess he's thanking Mama for the food. And you see the difference in the lightning when we're in a more open area? Oh, Mama is close by. He's putting its head down. Usually that's when Mama is around. And it's going back to its food. Maybe he will give us a fly show before it's totally dark. I wonder if Mama took the food to teach him how to fight for it. She was doing that last week. I'm zooming out because if it flies off, it's easier for me to follow it. Assuming Mama might be around. Oh, it came where Mama was. So it took Mama's spot. I'm wondering if Mama went to his food. Yes, look. She took his food. He didn't fight for it. She's right there behind the bush. She's teaching him to protect his food. So she got his food. Its food, sorry. Is it going to try to get it back? We might not see it if it gets dark. But that is what happened. Mama is right there. Look. And she's leaving it. She hasn't taken it. So I'm guessing she's giving him a chance, or giving it a chance to come and get it. There is no way I can follow her. Oh, but she's not far from it. So, yeah, she's on the other side, you see. There you go. He's going with her. Oh, nice. We're going to have them both. Except he went behind a brush again. She's here. And he's behind that brush. I think she's encouraging it to fly. She's on that rock now. Maybe we will be lucky enough to get them to fly. It's going to be dark in like 10 minutes. Too dark for me to film. I think she's trying to get it to fly. Wait, is that her or Eaglet? No, that's she doesn't have one. It doesn't have the white legs on the wide bend on the tail. That is Mama, and Eaglet is behind that brush on the left side of the screen. That brush right on the left. Can you see it? Against the rock. I'm sorry, I find it fascinating to just observe wildlife. I love it. So today I wish I would have caught up the drop-off of food. I thought I was following Eaglet. I followed Mama. And then I wish I wouldn't have gone inside when Mama took off from that position to see if she stole the food from Eaglet. And if he tried to fight her. I learn as I go, right? As I said, I'm no professional, and I'm certainly not a biologist. But I've learned a lot looking at wildlife, calling the biologist, instead of to take the first answer given on the internet. Ah, there you go. I guess he's telling her off for eating his food, her food, its food. If I zoom in too much, it will just be a fuzz picture because of lack of light. But Eaglet, who is at the top with a wide bend on its tail, look at his legs. They're still white. do you think Mama is thinking, oh, be quiet now? I wonder if they're going to perch together for the night. What do you think? Any eagle expert on the chat? Well, Mama is taking its dinner to teach it to protect dinner, because when it flies off, it won't be fully ready, and it will eat some already dead food, not freshly killed. And the juveniles or adults might come after it, like with bald eagles in the spring when they migrate to the region, you can see it. The adults will take it from the younger ones. I think Eaglet's going to go to soak up against that rock. Mama is being attentive. Look, she's looking at him. Or at her, I don't know. It's just a habit, no gender. Not going to have both of them in the lens pretty soon. Unless it comes back. I think Mama chose a ledge where they both could spend the night on. Eaglet is not happy. Maybe Mama will join him, or join her, or join it. Gosh. See, it's getting so dark. And it's venturing out. It's very rarely on that side of the rock face. So it is absolutely going further on the rock face. all downs will attack eagles at night. Mama is in such a position, she's made it difficult for other raptors. That one is in the open. Hopefully it will go back to Mama. But it's getting dark, so I'll unhook and show you the wall rock face while we can see it. Ready? I don't think I can find Mama again. So I am a mile away. This is the wall rock face. It's in that corner above the tree. That's where it flew out to. Right in that top. And it hangs out a lot when they were eating. You see those big caves at the top? It was eating in that first dark brown spot where the brush is. And Mama was in the brush, on the ledge, under the big cave. Gives you an idea. And the bald eagles this winter will be eating in that bottom field. You see the trees, the field before the trees. They'll be eating there. And they'll be catching the fish at the ponds over there. And that's all the same property, okay? And Fatso's squirrel lives on that tree above that building. A tree nest is this one. That's where she is. The squirrels that eats from my mouth, take the nuts from my lips. That's all the property. It goes, oh, look at that nice moon. And it goes well up there. I often take walks and take you on walks. And then when I film the deer, that's a tree line, one of the tree line where I film them. On the birds. And you've got my box for my phone right there behind that fence. And like yesterday I did a premiere with the deer, and you had the squirrel sat on the box, right front of the camera, the phone camera. And it's just a Tupperware box covered with some thermal liners for the winter and when it rains heavily, so my phone doesn't get wet. And this is where I film from. This is set up for hummingbirds, butterfly, and right now there is a praying mantis. This is my insect water bath, and that's a solar water thing, so it moves the water, but it's solar, so right now it's off. And in there we've got a praying mantis eating all the grasshoppers And this is what I hook my phone to. That's a big one. I've got a smaller one, HD scope. So now you know how basic and how far I am and how tricky it can be. And when it rains, like yesterday, a lot of wind, and I had to wait, but we had Eaglet inside. I told you, let me take you outside because I was inside. This is the window I use to film from inside. It's a big window. But it's tinted, so that's why we get not such a cool picture. Some days we do, but... So I do my best with what I have. And this is the employee house. Yeah, I live on the job, as I am 24 hours on call. So there you are. And then I hook you on that, and you get the bigger picture. And I think it flew off. But as it gets dark, we don't get as much light. And then it's more difficult to see. So you got a behind the scene. Anyhow, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. Welcome new subscribers. I do my best. I'm not perfect. I'm no professional and I've got very basic equipment. I don't edit. I like it authentic, real. And nature and wildlife is my passion, I guess. Well, on this, you have a good evening, a good day, depending where you're watching from. And weather permitting, if Eaglet is inside, hasn't left, I'll try to come back, getting as much of it as I can while it's still here. And for all of you who watched from the beginning, trying to give you the same thing. All right, you have a blessed day, blessed night. And Eaglet is still talking. All right, I thought I would make you listen at Eaglet a bit longer. All right, well, you have a good evening, good day, and I'll see you on Monday, assuming weather permits, and Eaglet is inside. Hopefully it won't fly away yet. Thank you for watching, I appreciate you. Bye, blessings.